Okay, so now we're at the table, and I have my white dough with the almond flavoring in it. I have my red dough that has the peppermint flavoring in it. And then the way that I work with this, because it can get kind of sticky, is I take some confectioner's sugar and I put it on the board. And that way it doesn't stick to the board. And I also put some on my hands. So let's get started. So I also have a separate spoon in each color because I don't want to get red in the white and white in the red, you know. So I take about a half of a spoonful like this. I roll it into a ball, and then I set it down on the board, and then I just start rolling it. And as I roll it back and forth like this, it makes a rope, just like that. Okay, and then I'll take some of my red, about the same amount of red, and I'll roll it in a bow and make this one into a rope. The same size rope as the white one. And then I push them together like that. And then I very, very gently start twisting. I just kind of twist them around. I do like the top and then the bottom twist the opposite way, just as an easier way to do it. And once it's twisted, then I take the top and I curve it around like a candy cane. And there is my candy cane cookie. There it is. And so because these are so delicate, what I'll do is I'll take a spatula to lift it onto the cookie sheet, because it's nearly impossible to handle this without breaking it until you get it on the cookie sheet. So that's the way I do it. So I'm going to do a couple of more, just so that you can, you know, watch. And I won't do the whole batch. I'll take you off camera for that. And then what I'm going to do is I'll put them in the oven, and I'll bake them. They bake for about, like maybe 5 minutes. You have to be careful with these. And then once I get them baked and put on a pretty platter, I will show you what they look like afterwards. But I just wanted to show you the technique. And so Suzanne, here you go. This is my fancy candy cane cookie recipe. And it came from from one of Betty Crocker's cookbooks. And Betty Crocker's cookbooks, they're my favorite cookbook. It's the cookbook that I started out with when I was just a very, very young homemaker. And so there's a lot of neat recipes in that book. And actually they have published, you know, different versions of that book. You know, like more up-to-date ones and stuff. But I have one of her oldest ones, which I really like. And here's what they look like on the cookie sheet. And those are my candy cane cookies. And so I'll do a couple more. I keep saying that, don't I? It's just that these are, you know, these are really fun to make. Yes, they're a little tedious if you don't like tediousness. But you know, I because my kids really liked them, I used to make them every year. So I'm used to handling the dough. It can be really particular, and it can be frustrating if you've never made them before. Because the dough, like if you're not careful with the ropes will break when you're trying to twist them. I think that's the most tedious part. But I've kind of got a knack for it since I've been making them. for so many years. So put those together. Twist them around. And then make the top part of the candy cane. It looks like, I'm looking at the time on this, and I think that this is going to have to be part 2. It doesn't, I think maybe I stopped the other one, the first video, the one where I actually made them. I think I accidentally stopped it, but we'll see, because it's only showing me five minutes, and I have a feeling I've been on longer than 5 minutes, so we'll see. So if you don't see the first part of this where I made the actual dough, just go ahead and look for part 1 if that happens. See, I told you that I was a novice, you know, at doing this. You know, it's kind of like sometimes the camera will shut off for some reason or whatever, and I know all of you have been through that experience before. It's not easy, you know, to do videos, and especially like I'm used to doing, you know, I'm dressing my dollies and chatting and all that stuff, and this is harder than dressing my dollies. You see, there's another candy cane. So we'll just lay this very gently on here. Okay. See, I can just keep going. I'm gonna make enough to fill the cookie sheet, and it's okay, you guys, if you wanna shut it off. You know, I know it can get long and tedious just watching the same thing over again. So let's see, I only have just a few more that I'm going to put on this cookie sheet so that I can finish this video, and then I'm hoping that I'm going to, in fact I know I'm going to upload it today. Today's Tuesday, and so, oops, see what happened? Did you see that? I just broke my rope in half. But it's okay, because all you do is you take it and you push it together like that. You just squish it together. I mean, these can be very forgiving when you mess up like that. So, anyway, just twist it all around. And now, another thing that you can do if you don't want to bend the top like I do, is you can just make plain long sticks. And I have done that too before, like if I'm in a hurry and I just want to get through it, I'll just make sticks, just long sticks. In fact, I'll show you a long stick, because those are really cool looking too, you know, like a candy cane stick. Everybody knows what that looks like. So let's just try one of those, just, you know, just for giggles, like they say. Take some red, and this time we're just going to make a stick, just a long stick. I have an easy time bending the candy cane part down just because I'm used to it, but let's say that you're having trouble with it and it keeps breaking. Well, here's how you make a stick. You just, you know, twist this around like this. See how it's just, you know, a stick. And then you just put it on. Let me see, I have a long spatula too that I thought would come in handy. There we go. Stick that on there. And there's your stick. See? My candy cans and my stick. Now when I get done here, what I like to do is sprinkle them with a little bit of, oh, it just depends. Like I have some pretty red, it's the it's the red sugar, you know, the fancy kind that you use for baking. So I usually do that, and then maybe some white granulated sugar. So we'll just see what I feel like doing. I'm going to do this one more, and then I'm going to pop them in the oven so that this video doesn't get too long. I hope you can see my little roping technique. You just very gently just, you know, roll it, and then as you roll it, you kind of run your hand down it, and that's what stretches it. So we're going to twist it. And you know, I'm going to make this one into just a candy cane stick too. Just because, so that other candy cane stick won't be lonely. You know how that goes. You don't want just one of something. Okay. Now I'm going to take some. Let's see. Here's my different colors of decorations. I don't know if you can see that I'm having a shining problem. My kitchen window my table faces a kitchen window. So I'm going to take this one, this red one, right here. And then I'm just going to sprinkle very gently. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pop these in the oven. I hope you enjoyed watching me make these. And I will meet up with you again real soon as I take them out of the oven. Stay tuned. Okay, here's the finished cookies. And as you can see, they puff up quite a bit when they're baking. And let me show you. Here they are. And I'm going to take them off very gently. Now this can be tedious too, because right now they're at a really fragile state. They will especially break at the top where the candy cane curves around, and so you have to be very, very careful and gentle. A gentle touch. And the baking sheet does not need to be it doesn't need to be oiled, because there's a half a cup of butter and a half a cup of shortening in these, and so there's plenty of oil in it to keep it from sticking. I always like to use some type of foil, usually foil, or I didn't have any parchment paper. That works too on my baking sheet, because my baking sheets, I've had them for so many years that they're brown, and so they bake things too quickly. So I'm going to take these off, and then I will remove the pan, and I'm going to bring a really pretty dish over that my mom gave me years and years and years and years and years ago as a Christmas gift. And so I thought it would be something really pretty for these cookies to be on. And so I'm going to take this away. I'll be right back. It's just right here. Here we go. And this is this is the dish she gave me. It's just a flat glass dish. And see, it's just how thin it is. It's got little feet on the back to hold it. But anyways, this is what I thought I would put the cookies on, because it's very festive. It's got Christmas trees, and it's really Christmassy. And then I like to use paper doilies, and these are really Christmassy ones. And so here we are. There's the candy canes. And yeah, you do have to have a gentle touch when you lift them and stuff, because after all, you know, the part that bends around, like the cane part, is kind of delicate. And so here we have the 2 peppermint sticks. Now see, this one, see how delicate they are? This one fell off when I was picking it up. But you know what? That's okay, because the rules are the baker gets to eat whatever cookie gets broken. And so that's my rule. So I'm going to get to eat that one. Boy, they smell like peppermint. So anyway, here we are. Here's the finished product. And I hope you enjoyed watching me make my famous candy cane cookies that are actually Betty Crocker's recipe. And Suzanne, if you're watching, this is my traditional cookie that I make every year. So anyway, thank you everyone for joining me. This was fun, and I've never done baking before, so I hope you enjoyed it. So until we meet again, I will see you soon. Bye-bye from Suzy Q's Kitchen.